Hey guys, welcome back. We are already on our way to making some new sheets in here. What I'd like to do in this session is kind of get the remainder of our sheets set up as best we can, and then why don't we just get started? So let's get into Revit here. We've got some sheets from one sheet from our last session together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to our A101 here, and there's a couple different ways we could generate new sheets. So what do we need? We need a couple new sheets. We're going to do all of our plans. Whoops. So from the example here, I've got the cover page, basement plan, main floor plan, roof plan, elevations and sections. So how many got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 pages, not so bad. But definitely some work to do. So let's go ahead and get into it here. So inside of Revit, what do we want to do first? Let's do all of our floor plans first. Keep it simple, straightforward, and I should save my model before I forget. So sheets. So let's do. This is what happened, guys. Save as project. Make sure you save your work as you go. I call this session 12. Using sheets part 2. And so here we go. So we got our main floor plan all set up from our previous session. A couple ways we can generate new sheets. Of course, we can use our standard right click on the sheets, hit new sheet, title block. That looks good. Hit OK, and you'll see Revit smart enough to know 102 is the next sheet in the set. But so this is one way to do it. What I also want to show us how to do is, you know what? Let's do it this way. So what do we have here? We have an unnamed sheet. We got Bruce Wayne Manor already set up. What do we want to do now? Let's do the basement floor plan, but A100 is the actual name here. So if I come down here, I can rename this A100. Come over here. I think it's basement floor plan, something like this. Wonderful. And now let's go ahead and grab that basement, drag and drop. Lo and behold, we've only got it at 1 to 100. How do we fix that? Right click, activate view, come over here to 1 to 100, make it 1 to 50. Nice and big. We actually don't care too much about this right now, so I'm going to click on the view, come over here to our type selector, hit no title, and now we have a nice little basement plan. Ta-da! I'm trying to think. Okay, that looks good. We are missing some windows in this version, so hopefully you guys get your windows in there. I might step back in a later session and get those windows in there. Cool. So that is kind of like where our basement plan is going to go. So remember, I can kind of clip this, hit the little break button, and move this out. Do I need some wall tags in here? Probably, right? So probably be a good idea. Why don't I annotate some wall tags. Oh, I don't have my wall tag tagged yet. So remember, I can tag first and add my type mark afterwards. So I'm going to come down here to my type mark setting, hit F1, hit OK, and now they all get updated. Ta-da! So looks good. I know I'm missing my windows. Maybe we'll get back to that. I do want to get the sheets done today, though. So pull this up just a touch. There we go. Cool. So one thing that is also helpful for me is to try our best to locate a kind of point on the plan, so we kind of have the same. How do I say this? The same space on each sheet. So essentially, I want this plan not to jump around on the page. So maybe I'll just do an exaggerated version here. So let's say we get a sheet on a page and I see your drawings and you've put your plan on the top left. And then on the basement plan, you put it in the bottom right. So imagine I'm a client and I see that, okay, you got your sheet set up, but is my basement not underneath my house? For instance, these are just practical things. So, ideally, we just kind of line them up here and we're going to have somewhere in the middle. You can do it by eye. What I really like to do is use what's called a detail line. So I apologize. This is a little bit of an advanced function here, but I do want us to be familiar with some of these tools even now, just to get an idea of how to really get this drawing right in the middle of the page. In InDesign or in some of these other softwares, it's pretty simple to get a drawing in the middle of where you think it should be. But unfortunately, Revit doesn't quite have that functionality yet. So what we're going to do is I'm going to draw a little detail line, come up here to annotate, grab that detail line. Doesn't matter the style, but we're going to draw a line from, let's call it the outside corner of our title block. It'll snap to the inside corner, roughly, of our wall, right? And now we're actually going to do, I know we haven't done this yet, so we're actually going to grab this line. I'm going to copy it. Where's my little copy here? All over here, copy to clipboard. Grab that real quick. Go to my basement plan. Make sure you're not inside of a view. Am I inside of a view? No. Come over here to modify. I'm going to paste a line to the same place. Look at that. Pretty close. But what I'd like to do is just make that something like that. Now, between those drawings, they should look, wow. Yeah, let's do zoom. Zoom extents, ZE. So if you get lost, zoom extents. They're roughly in the same spot. Make sure you delete this afterwards. So that's our floor plan, basement floor plan, main floor plan. And now we also need to do a roof floor plan. So let's do that. New sheet, title block A1 standard, and we'll call this roof plan. And let's go ahead and grab our roof level. Whoops. Click, hold, drag, get it on here. This is also, whoops, maybe this is the wrong level. Okay, cool. Here we go. If you've been following along, it appears as though I have, this isn't as helpful for us. So the roof level itself is cutting through the roof. So if I jump over to our section, I'll just give you an example here. Section here, we got roof level cutting through the overall geometry of that roof. So in fact, it's cutting 1,500 millimeters above the roof level, which is literally through our roof. So, wrong. I'm going to delete that view from the sheet. Remember, we can delete the view from the sheet as long as we don't delete it from the project browser. So what I'm going to actually have to do is generate a new view. So let's jump over to our section here. And, I've got one. I've already generated it. So hopefully I did this in one of our videos. If you don't have that roof pitch level, please generate that level. And then what we're going to do is come over here to view, go to the plan views, go to floor plan, and we want us to generate a roof pitch level. Hit OK. Interesting. I haven't done this yet. Okay, so nice and complicated. So all of our section information and our kind of elevations are showing up. So if you're like, man, where the hell's my roof? What we could do now is a little bit more complicated, but let's do this together here. We've got on the left here our view range. So this is something that sets how our views are being established in a view. Think of it like a little camera. It's going to set where are we cutting the view itself. So where are we cutting the view through the kind of space of the drawing? How far down do we want to see? And how far up above do we want to see? So if I go ahead and I hit this little edit view range here, we're going to see a whole bunch of information here. If I can I expand this? I can't. So the associated level is a level at which we've taken the kind of drawing. In this case, the only thing I want us to touch is the view depth. So if I hit that little show, it's going to tell us all the information that is part of how we actually do the view range. So really important is going to be the primary cut. So the primary cut plane is where we kind of cut through a drawing. So in this case, we're cutting above the roof, so we don't actually see anything cut through. But we've got 3, which is the primary range for the bottom. It's essentially how far we're going to see down. And then the view depth is how far we kind of see beyond. So I think for us, what we could do is just make this unlimited right now. And that'll be the only thing we do. Hit apply, and we should see our roof. Nice and simple. So remember, I've changed, medium shouldn't do anything here, but I changed our scale to 1 to 50, and I did our view range. So again, make sure you're not touching anything inside the drawing. As soon as I do that, it will change the properties palette. But for the view range itself, hit edit, and now we've got, make sure you change that view depth to unlimited, hit OK, And now, if I jump back to my roof plan over here, I'm going to have my roof pitch level, we've called it. I'm going to drag and drop it somewhere in the middle. And then I'm going to turn that viewport to no title. Got roof plan, looks good. Couple quick changes, and now we are back in action. So that is the roof level. Oh, and I got a nice little hatch, I guess, on my roof. So that's cool. Okay. Make sure we've changed it to 102. That looks good. Roof plan 102. Everything is starting to come together. So A101, A100, A102. Now what do we got to do? Let's do the elevation views. So remember, at any point, if I want to move these little elevation markers, I can also change their location. Now, if I jump to sheets again, let's do a new sheet. And we're going to do an elevation view this time. And what did I call my elevation views? 201. So let's do a little 201 over here. And that's going to be, I just call it elevations. That's cool. Elevations and 201, A201. In a similar way, we're going to come over here and grab our elevation. Where's my elevations? Here we go. And I think I'm doing north and south. So I can see already that my view scale is not correct, but let's do that. Go north. Just want to grab it. And south. Oh boy, do I have the right windows in here? I hope so. Maybe not. I have to modify those. Ooh, that's okay. We got them. Nice. Okay, so here we go. We've got the north and the south. What order would I have? That looks about right. I'm going to try and get these lined up as best as I can. A couple things here. So I can actually choose both of these at the same time and make them both 1 to 50. I just have to reorganize them here. So you can move around on the page. 1 to 50. Why is it? Oh, yeah, there we go. Looking good. I like to have my bubbles on the right-hand side of the page. But what we'll do here is a couple things. Let's get organized first here. What do we want to do? We actually want to crop out most of this. So I'm going to crop kind of just up here. So up just to the underside of where I want to kind of show grade. I realize we haven't done that yet. So right-click, activate, and let's go ahead and crop the view and give ourselves a little crop view region visible. And I'm going to crop it all the way up here and crop it maybe just a little bit on the right, a little bit on the left. And now, do I have to do anything to that? That looks good. Crop it maybe a little bit down. Deactivate the view. I may need to move this up. Oh no, that's okay. I need to move up just a touch. I'll move this up just a bit. Nice. We are getting closer here. So one thing you might notice is, okay, I click on, I really want to move my south here, right? So maybe I want this to be closer to the underside. If I select, if I select the actual, what do I want to call this? It's the title here. I have to click on it, and then I can move it. I can move it independently from the view itself to kind of place it. But what we got to remember is that if I do move the view moves together with our little view title here. So if you want to do this correctly, really the best way to do it, we could just kind of bump things a little bit with the arrow keys. Looks good. And then we could change where we want our little title to go. Last thing is, you might notice that the tail here, so the tail of our, over here, the tail of our little view title here, we can change that by clicking on the view itself, and then you'll see this little grab emerge. We can either shorten it or lengthen it. Let's do the same thing with our view up here. I'm going to activate the view, turn on my little crop view, crop it up somewhere around here, crop it down, crop it over. So I really like to keep my bubbles on the right-hand side. Maybe you like to keep your bubbles on the left, but I like to keep them on the right. Gonna deactivate the view, move the view down. Try your best to get these lined up. So, it just helps with visibility here. So, come on. Just moving it a little. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's got to do the part of making it look like a professional set of drawings here, right? So, yeah. And now let's move our little north title up. I'm gonna shift my whole drawing up here, and you'll notice when I'm moving my little view title here that it will snap. So this could be pretty handy in terms of how we want to kind of snap again for our tail here. Now those two things are really starting to jive. So if you want to turn on your annotation crop, we can control the edge as well. So same thing goes for our annotation crop below here. If I turn that on, maybe I want to crop it nice and close here. Looks good. Maybe we want to turn these off. We could turn the crop region visible. We can turn that off just for now. Oh, I do want to move my bubbles over, try and match them up, make them look the part here. A couple things are missing from my modeling. I can see the front stair here is missing, as well as the windows. So make sure you get those into your respective drawings. So one thing I should touch on now, we've got basement plan, main floor plan, roof plan, elevations. And if I jump to the main floor plan, we should see these tags emerge. So now we have a reference tag for view elevation 1 on A201 and 2 on A201. Good stuff, right? Yeah, so that's how you would get the elevations onto a page. And yeah, maybe we want to clean this up just a touch. Let's, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to shift this up just a bit. I'm going to move this just a bit. Oh, shoot. I should move this directly up. Make sure you do it like that. Double click off and get out of the view. And now if I go to my basement floor plan, oh, right. Probably have to do the same thing. So I'll just move this up just a touch. Move these just a bit. And let's go to the roof plan finally. Look at that. Move this down just a touch. Better? Better. Okay, cool. So that is essentially how you get the elevation views onto our sheets, and yeah. So why don't we go ahead and I'll stop there. That's how you get elevation views onto sheets. And now what in the next session what I'll do is get the section onto a sheet. So if you want to stay tuned for that, our next little session we'll get an elevation view and see what kind of changes we need to make to those views for our section to make it all jive. Okay, I'm gonna stop and we'll talk to you.